one of the key factors, which has just been, I guess, repeatedly coming up in my journey, and just where most of my own work and inner focus has actually been, is essentially how to release and let go of negative emotions, negative thought patterns, difficult energetic densities which arise within ourselves, and essentially finding a way to process these. And I guess I just wanted to quickly share one of the best methods which has actually worked for me personally. And in essence, it's a 3-step method. So the first step to this method is essentially try to be as aware as you can whenever you feel an emotion. So this is the key here. So often, when you maybe not having a good day or something along those lines, there'll be a narrative which plays in your head. They'll say, I'm not having a good day because my life needs more purpose, it needs this. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is step 1, ignore that narrative. Focus on the underlying feeling behind that narrative. Is it dissatisfaction? Is it sadness? Is it maybe just a numbness? That's also okay. So step 1 would be to just be aware enough to just identify that there's an underlying feeling and an undercurrent of an emotion behind this narrative. So once you've done that, step 1, great job. Next step would be internally to say to yourself, I acknowledge this emotion, or I acknowledge this dense energy. I acknowledge it. And just by doing that now, you've shined your awareness of your true essence on this emotion, which in itself will do some alchemy to actually transmute this emotion and narrative and program in your favor, because your true essence is love. So the minute you put awareness on that, you're going to actually change the way it works. It's going to be less intense. You might even actually get rid of it in one shoot, but the key here is to be patient. Just keep doing that. Keep acknowledging it, keep welcoming it, almost as if it was a guest, and you're welcoming it with the love of your awareness. And the last step here is to send love towards it. So, you would say, look, I acknowledge this feeling of sadness. I acknowledge this feeling of sadness. I send love towards this feeling. And I allow my love essence to alchemize this. Or anything else which works for you. You can even do something along the lines of, I let this go. Or you can even do the Sedona method, which basically focuses on the self-enquiry, which could, but I'll make another video on that actually. That probably warrants a video in itself. But in essence, what we're going to do here is just repeat this process. So throughout the day, just do a pulse check. See how you're feeling. Acknowledge all the feelings. Send love towards these feelings. And on top of that, just tell yourself internally, I allow myself to let this go. Could I allow my love essence to alchemize this? Or, if you don't like the question, you can even say, I allow my love essence to alchemize this. Self-inquiry or just using an I am or direct statement works. So I guess the key message here is, if you do this enough, you actually start forming another sub-program, which is a welcoming awareness, which in itself alchemizes a lot of this stuff for you and actually transmutes a lot of this stuff. And I think this whole game is not necessarily wanting to avoid anything or really thinking, oh wow, if I do this enough, then I'm not going to have to. I think this whole practice is essentially to just be present and allow your love to just really immerse every part, every energy, every thought. And through doing this enough, you've essentially eroded all resistance to these things, which is sometimes what keeps them going. So I thought this would just be a good method. As I mentioned, 3 steps. Step 1, acknowledge the feeling. Step 2, send love towards it. Step 3, say within yourself that you're allowing yourself to let this go. And whilst it seems simple, the effect is profound. As always, wish you guys an awesome week ahead. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll chat soon.